Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the San Jose State Event Center. This is the Division 4 Central Coast Section Men's Championship game, which features the Warriors of Valley Christian.
I sold 12, but I didn't have any takes, no.
And the Cougars of Half Moon Bay. Let's meet the participants in this afternoon's contest. First, the non-starters for the Warriors of Valley Christian. Number 10, Matt Kossel. Number 12, Matt Gary. Number 14, Lauren Olenberger. Number 20, Jody McCorkadale. Number 21, Gary Brady. Number 22, Forrest Wade. Number 25, Eric Van Hoffwegen. And number 30, Andy Hare. And now let's meet the non-starters for the Cougars of Half Moon Bay. Number 13, Adrian Osterreich. Number 14, Michael Inamoto. Number 15, Jim Harrison. Number 21, Alejandro King. Number 23, Nate Surdy. Number 24, Andrew Strohmeyer. Number 34, Scott Reed. Number 35, Jared Sullivan. Number 41, Richard Denning. And now introducing the starters. For Valley Christian, at guard, a 6-foot sophomore, number 15, Matt Schmelka. For Half Moon Bay, at guard, a 6-foot senior, number 25, Ben Willis. For Valley Christian, at guard, a 6-foot junior, number 24, Scott Reeves. For Half Moon Bay, at guard, a 6-foot senior, number 32, Joshua Glenn. For Valley Christian, at a third guard position, a 6'5 senior, number 32, David Meester. For Half Moon Bay, at forward, a 6'4 senior, number 22, Tony Ackerman. For Valley Christian, at a forward spot, a 6'5 junior, number 11, Ryan Fuller. For Half Moon Bay, at another forward spot, a 6'1 senior, number 54, Eric Worden. For Valley Christian, at another forward spot, a 6'6 senior, number 31, John Delkey. For Half Moon Bay, at center, a 6'4 junior, number 33, Jonathan Putnam. Introducing the head coaches for the Warriors, Larry Nardi, and for Half Moon Bay, David Nutting.
Hello again, everyone. Pete Ebner here at the San Jose State Event Center Arena for the Boys Varsity Division 4 Championship game in the Central Coast section. Today's participants, the Cougars of Half Moon Bay, making their first ever appearance in the finals. Cougars are 8-2 in their league, the North Peninsula League. They are co-champions with Jefferson. They are seeded number 1, and overall, they are 20 wins and 7 losses. They are coached by David Nutting. And their opponents, the Warriors of Valley Christian and the Blossom Valley Athletic League, finished second with an 8-4 record, seeded number 3 in Division 4 boys, 20-5 overall. We're set for the jump. Tip, controlled, Cougars. Ben Willett gives off to Tony Ackerman. Back to Ackerman, right wing. Whips it out to the right. Now it's Putnam. Ackerman coming around the wing on the left. Has it knocked away by Scott Reeves. Cougars maintain. Still looking for inside, looking for the shot. A layup is no good by Ben Willett. Cougars get it back. Joshua Glynn drove for the basket. He was fouled.
Valley Christian fouls on number 31, John Delkey.
John Delkey picks up his first personal. That's only the first team on the Warriors.
For the Cougars, number 30.
Warriors the guest in the game, wearing navy blue and white. Glynn is on the line. He'll shoot two. First one is up and in. And the Cougars go on the scoreboard first, 1-0. Glynn, a 6-foot senior, averages 10 points per game for the Cougars. Second one is also good. Half Moon Bay 2-0 over the Warriors of Valley Christian. Fast break, Valley Christian. Eric Warden got his hands on the basketball, but the Warriors will inbound. Warden, all league in football in the North Peninsula League for the Cougars. VC with the basketball, down by 2. Melka. Left side, give and go. Reeves doesn't go. Fast break, Cougars. Ackerman, basket, Half Moon Bay. 4-0, Half Moon Bay over the Warriors. Ball is intercepted by Glynn. Got a foul on the court.
Half Moon Bay fouls on number 32, Joshua Glynn.
Glynn picks up his first personal, first team foul on Half Moon Bay. VC basket attempt no good. Delkey comes back in.
The arrow belongs to Valley Christian.
Jump ball is called in the block. Possession arrow points in the direction of Valley Christian. Reeves will inbound the basketball. Loops it out to Melka. Melka loses it off his foot, out of bounds. Glynn will inbound to Willett. Ben passes it to Ackerman right side. To Glynn, to Ackerman. Weaving inside. Jump shot taken and missed by Jonathan Putnam, the center for the Cougars. Rebounded by Scott Reeves. Warriors and Reeves up quickly. Right side to Fuller. John Delkey, the center, has it outside. Now he takes it on the give and go, puts it up inside. Give the assist to David Meester. So the Warriors 2, the Cougars 4, 5:47 and counting down to play first quarter. Willett to Ackerman on the right side. Warden travels. No basket, no shot. VC inbound. Cougar substitution, number 24, Andrew Strohmeyer comes in. Strohmeyer had a magnificent effort against Cappuccino in the semifinals. Against the Mustangs, he went 6 for 7 on the three-point plays for 18 of his 21 points.
Kicking violation.
Ball was kicked by the Cougars. Scott Reeves will inbound for the Warriors. Gets it out to Delkey. On the give and go to Delkey. Nice play, Warriors. The trigger man, number 32, David Meester. That ties at 4-4, Cougars and Warriors. Boys Division 4 basketball championship here at San Jose State. Warden gives it off in the left corner. Willett. Strohmeyer. On top is Ackerman. The cutter didn't make a shot, but Warden in the block, turnaround in the key, good. Cougars up by 2, full court press by Half Moon Bay. Warriors get it away, Ackerman steals it. Cougars come back, reverse the drive. Right corner to Glenn. Outside jump shot hits the side rim. Strohmeyer doesn't make it. Rebound by the Warriors, but traveling is called on John Delkey. 4:33 remaining to play. The Cougars up by 2. Stolen by the Warriors. Fast break. Valley Christian. In the right corner. Reeves has it, but it's actually off Ben Willett. Last man that touched the ball.
Someday Pete Ebner will have a...
Warriors inbounding. The big guy takes a shot. Delkey misses. Out to Glenn. He misses. Air ball. Rebounded by Eric Van Hofwegen. No, correction, that's not Van Hofwegen, it's Reeves. On the give and go, Scott Reeves gonna have to reset. Delkey. Cougars working on the man-to-man, putting good pressure on the Warriors. Cougars up by 2 with 3:34 remaining to play first quarter. The loop underneath to Meester. We got a foul underneath the basket.
Cougar fouls on number 32, Joshua Glenn. That's his second, Cougars' second team foul.
Joshua Glenn picks up his second personal, also the second team on the Cougars. Warriors with 1 team foul. Jumper right side. Air ball by Scott Reeves. Well, Van Hofwegen's in the game. For the Warriors, he can't save it. Van Hofwegen, a 6'1" backup guard for Valley Christian. Strohmeyer inbounds for the Cougars. Gives it over to Ben Willett. A bouncer to Warden. Open post Half Moon Bay. Ackerman gets the ball over to Willett. And we've got a 3-point basket by Andrew Strohmeyer. He's the traymeister for the Cougars. He's the 3-point expert. Ackerman steals. Tony drives. Basket Half Moon Bay. Up by 2 quick baskets give the Cougars a 7-point lead. We've got a timeout, and it's taken by Valley Christian. They want to talk things over as the Cougars up by 7 with 2:49 to play here in the first quarter. We see the Valley Christian Warrior bench. Their head coach is Larry Nardi. He's also the athletic director. Assistant coach is Bud Ogden. And the principal of the Warriors Valley Christian School is Kurt Wilson. They're seated number 3. They are in the Blossom Valley Athletic League, a new extension of that South San Jose area. They finished second in the BVAL with a 8-4 record, and overall Valley Christian enters this championship game with a 20-win, 5-loss record. Strohmeyer just lit up the board on that tray on the right side. Again, he was 6 for 7 against Cap. 18 points. The rest of the points came on a basket and foul shots. Valley Christian with a basketball. Right side it goes. It's a jumper on the way, in and out. Scott Reeves misses, and the rebound is pulled off by Strohmeyer. Ackerman on the left side to Warden. Now it's Ben Willett. Willett, 6-foot senior. Right corner to Strohmeyer. Gets it out, dumps it back out to Ackerman. Ackerman pushes it up on the go, doesn't make the basket. Rebound, Valley Christian, blocking foul. It'll be on Strohmeyer.
Cougar fouls on number 24, Andrew Strohmeyer.
First personal on Strohmeyer, and that's the third team foul now on the Cougars.
Number 34, Scott Reed, enters the Cougars lineup.
We've got a half-moon base substitution. Number 34, Scott Reed, a backup forward. He's a 6'3" junior. Right corner. Looping pass from Reeves, gets away. Cougar fast break behind the back. Ackerman underneath. Jonathan Putnam puts it in. He's fouled.
Warrior fouls on number 31, John Delkey.
Delkey picks up his second personal, also the second team foul.
For the Cougars, 33.
It'll put Jonathan Putnam on the line. He's the postman for the Cougars, a 6'4" junior. First one is off the side. Cougars up by 7 points with under 2 minutes to play first quarter. Second one on the way, that's good. 8-point lead for the Cougars, 12-4. Warriors bring it up court. Reeves picked up by Ackerman on the guard. Ackerman gets his hand on the ball, steals it. Tony dishes it down. Strohmeyer guilty of traveling. Well, you got to don't get too upset over that call with Strohmeyer's three-point shooting against Cap. In all, they were 27 for 38 was the Cougars for over 60%, close to 65. No basket.
No basket.
Scott Reeves on the drive.
Cougar fouls on number 34, Scott Reed. First personal, Cougars 14th foul.
Reeves fouls on Reeves. Scott Reed, that is, his first personal. Third team foul. Now we have a substitution. Coming off is Reed, replaced by number 22. Tony Ackerman comes back out. Ackerman all the way. Puts up a shot, doesn't go. Rebound Cougars. The rebound is no good by Joshua Glynn. But Ackerman gets it back and puts it in. 14-4, Cougars up by 10. Willett steals the basketball. Cougars, he drives, gives it off the last minute to Eric Warden. Warden puts it up. We've got a timeout. The Cougars are hot. Timeout's taken by Valley Christian with just 55 seconds remaining to play here in the first period. Cougars up by 12, 16-4. We're looking at the Cougar bench. They tied with Jefferson in their league, the North Peninsula League, with an 8-2 record. Overall, the Cougars are 20 wins and 7 losses on the season. Their head coach is David Nutting. And as we mentioned, they've been in the CCS playoff finals a number of times, but this is their first opportunity to have a chance at the Division IV championship. Their assistant coach is Albert Karuna. And the AD is the varsity football coach, Neil McNevin. Principal is Bud Eckert. Cougars seeded number 1. Valley Christian seeded number 3 in this boys Division IV competition in the Central Coast section. Reeves looking to pass the ball in. Melka with the ball all the way down, turns in on the top to Delkey, back to Reeves, tries, doesn't take the block from Meester, has it knocked away by Ackerman. Ackerman's all over that court for the Cougars. Reeves gets it underneath to Delkey, knocked out of bounds by Willett. 35 seconds remaining to play first quarter. And it's going to be Scott Reeves, the 6-foot junior guard, all-leaguer for the Warriors, inbounding the ball. Meester out deep. Now to Matt Gehring in for the Warriors. Pushing foul.
Cougar foul is number 33, Jonathan Putnam.
Cougar postman picks up his
non-shooting foul.
Putnam picks up his first personal, 5th team foul. Not his shooting foul. The ball is taken out of bounds by Scott Reeves. Meester back to Reeves, weaving under, back out, the drive, jump shot right side, nestles right through the net. David Meester, a tray. He's the MVP on the Warriors as well as the most valuable player in the Blossom Valley Athletic League. Ball's knocked out of bounds by the Warriors. Cougars will inbound with just 2 seconds remaining to play here in the first quarter. Glenn gives it to Ackerman, tries a shot, doesn't go. First quarter comes to an end, and it's the Cougars 16, Valley Christian with 7. 9-point lead for the Cougars, which they'll take to their bench between quarters.
Acknowledges the sponsorship and participation of the Sequoia Hospital Center for Sports Health. As the official sports medicine consultant for the CCS, the center provides physicians and certified athletic trainers to many of our section-sponsored playoff contests. And the Central Cross section extends its appreciation to the Wilson Sporting Goods Company. Wilson is the official ball supplier of all CCS championships.
Looking at both benches, Valley Christian Warriors have always fielded a competitive team. Play is back in. And now the Cougars are really going to slow things down. Looks like they're going to move into a 4-quarter offense. And Ben Willett is going to work this one down. Of course, the Cougars think it's wonderful, and the Warriors think it's a delay of game, boring basketball. However, you can do anything you want with the basketball court, on the basketball court, and with the basketball. Ben Willett just holds the ball. The Cougars letting the clock run down close to 7 minutes, leading by 9. This is the first real stall we've seen in the Central Coast section. And this is our 6th game. Everybody really wants to play, but anyhow, I guess the coach said burn a minute and a half. 6:48 to play. Glenn on the right side moves to the top of the circle. Strohmeyer then to Glenn. Warden moves down the baseline left. Blocking foul. It's going to be on John Delkey.
Warrior fouls by number 31, John Delkey. That's That's his third personal, Warriors' third team foul.
Warriors only committing their third team foul. We've got a replacement for VC. It's number 30, Andy Hare, a center, 6'5" senior, reserve center for Valley Christian. Strohmeyer tries a three, doesn't get it. Rebound by Andy Hare, just in the late game for Valley Christian. Warriors bring it down. Matt Gehring with a basketball. Gives it to the give and go man underneath. It's Melka. He misses.
Cougar fouls on number 24, Andrew Strohmeyer.
Strohmeyer picks up his second personal, sixth team foul.
For the Warriors, number 15.
Next time around, Warriors will be in the bonus if it's a shooting foul. First one is good by Matt Milka. Cougars substitution, number 21, Alejandro King, a 6-foot senior, comes in for Half Moon Bay. Melka, second one is no good. Going out for the rebound, Alejandro King to Ackerman. And Tony will bring it across for the Cougars. Top of the circle, left side. Glenn, double team, gets it, tries to get it to Warden. We're gonna have a jump ball. And the Warriors will retain possession. The Warriors win the possession. They're going to move it up court. Reeves, Gehring. Gehring loops around, puts up a shot. Pushing foul.
In the bonus.
Seventh team foul now on the Cougars.
Cougar fouls on number 21, Alejandro King.
King picks up his first personal. Seventh team foul. Warriors in the bonus on the line. Mark Gehring's on the line. 5'11" junior will shoot one in a penalty. Missed the first, he won't get the second. Rebound Cougars. Glenn to Willett to Ackerman. 8-point lead for the Cougars. Give and go. Rolls through.
Basket by Ben Willett.
Ben Willett, 6-foot senior, 10 points per game. Average 5 to 6 rebounds a game. Rebound, Ben Willett to Ackerman. Slams it down. Slam and jam from the right side by Tony Ackerman, and he's the real triple threat for the Cougars. He's the assist leader, the scoring leader, and the rebound leader for Half Moon Bay. Jumper outside, three-point basket doesn't go by Meester. Rebound Cougars. Willett to Warden. Ackerman on the left. Gives it to the cutting Willett. Dumps it back out. Three-point basket, no good. Rebound basket is good by Tony Ackerman. Glenn missed, but Ackerman made it. And a pass from Reeves to Meester goes out of bounds. Cougars are hot. They were hot against Cappuccino, and they're hot this afternoon against the Warriors. A fresh body comes out, number 25, Eric Van Hofwagen. A 14-point lead for Half Moon Bay. They really didn't have to burn 2 minutes on the clock in this second quarter. And that time, Alejandro King tosses the ball out of bounds. Thought Ackerman was going to wait for the ball. Ball goes over on the turnover to the Warriors with 4:14 to play. Inbound basketball. Van Hofwagen controls on the right to Gehring. On the top to Meester, that is. Milka has the ball stolen. Fast break. Ben Willett. Basket Cougars.
Basket by Ben Willett.
24-8. 16-point lead. Basket under is put up by Andy Hare. 24-10. Cougars by 14. 3:35 and counting down to play first half. This is the boys Division IV varsity basketball contest here at San Jose State's Event Center Arena. And now Willett's going to burn more time off the clock. 3:18 and counting down. Cougars up by 14. They really slowed the tempo down. Actually, there's no tempo right now. 3:06 and counting down. Willett's the trigger on the center. It's the forecourt stall offense. Probably the easiest formation to run. Willett's holding the ball. Looking at Coach David Nutting from time to time. Now there's 2:45. So we're all going to get a break here as the Cougars in a stall. Now they're going to move the ball with 2:33 to play. Not going to take any chances with their lead. The last time they built the lead up after the stall. Now they enjoy a 14-point lead. I think they had 8 or 9 the first time they went into that stall. Willett on the top. Left side to Glenn. Glenn fakes his man, drives to the post, dishes off to Warden. Eric gives it off. King. Fast break. Warriors. Foul is on Ackerman up court. Glenn tried to save the ball back up court.
Cougar fouls on number 22, Tony Ackerman, first personal foul.
But the Warriors went for
the Warriors, number 25.
Fast break.
Eric Van Hofwegen is shooting 2.
Eric Van Hofwegen on the line, reserve Warrior player on the line will try 2, fouled in the act of shooting. First one, nice arc, in and out.
Number 24, Scott Reeves, returns to the Warriors lineup.
Reeves gives Gehring a break. Comes back in for VC. Second one for Van Hofwegen, a 6'1" senior. That's good, 24-11. 13-point lead for Half Moon Bay. Willett brings it across midcourt. Moves to the center, sees an opening, drives it down, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Hare, fast break Warriors. Inside, Matt Milka.
Basket by Matt Milka.
24-13, Cougars ask for timeout. We've got 1:29 to play second quarter. Credit Half Moon Bay with the timeout. They lead by 11, 24-13 over Valley Christian Warriors.
Each of today's games is being professionally videotaped. 8 master tapes of each game will be ready to take home and play at the conclusion of each game. Cost is just $20 including tax, and each video comes in a library case with a game photo on the cover.
The Cougars bench is in our view right now. The Cougars, orange, black, and white. They're from Half Moon Bay. Other known names for that particular area is the Gulch, the Gap, the Pumpkin Patch. And on the other side, it's the Valley Christian Warriors. The Warriors, interestingly, are the defending Division V Central Coast Section champions. They moved up to Division IV this year by virtue of an increased enrollment. And that's in a private school in San Jose, the Valley Christian Warriors. Moved up from Division V, which they are the 1993 Division V defending champions. They are moved themselves into this Division IV championship game. But thus far, it's been all Half Moon Bay in the first half. Ben Willett hands it to Ackerman. Ackerman moves to the center, picks up a guard job that's just a little bit too close on Matt Melka. 6-foot sophomore draws a personal foul.
Warrior fouls on number 15, Matt Schnelka. First personal, Warriors 14th foul, non-shooting foul.
Cougars will take the basketball out of bounds, leading by 11 points. Warden bounces it back to Willett. Reverse. Ackerman give and go. Dumps it out in the left wing to Warden. Warden to the cutting Strohmeyer. No good. Valley Christian with the basketball. A jumper, Scott Reeves. Off the mark. Rebound by Hare. We've got a rebounding foul on Eric Warden.
Cougar fouls on number 54, Eric Warden. That's his first.
Only the first on the big guy.
Number 33.
Warden, a 6'1" senior, over 200 pounds, all league for the Cougars varsity football team. Andy Hare is on the line for two. First one's in, and the Warriors down by 10 points now with 40 seconds on the clock. Second one is in and out. Rebound Glenn, gives it to Willett. A token guard by David Meester. Right side it goes to Ackerman. Cougars try a shot by Jonathan Putnam, doesn't go. Pushing foul on the rebound.
Warrior fouls on number 30, Andy Hare. That's his first personal. Warriors 15th foul, non-shooting foul.
Harris first. Warriors team foul 5. Half Moon Bay inbounds. Ben Willett takes a long one-hander from the right side. No good. Rebound Van Hofwegen. Scott Reeves drives all the way down. Puts up a shot. Scott Reeves, good hustle. Stayed with the goal to put the basket in. He did. Long shot at the buzzer by Ben Willett is no good. So at the half, it's the Warriors of Valley Christian 16 and the Half Moon Bay Cougars 24. Pete Ebner for Video Postcards. We'll be back for the second half.
Ready to serve you. Located in the lobby areas near the entrance.
It is. Yeah. That should be the next
that mic here. Don't put it. No, because it's making sound here.
Okay. I should probably put it on the. Thanks, Lee. I'll put it on the. Hello again, everyone. Pete Ebner for the second half inbounding play. Cougars are still huddled back at their bench. Warriors are out on the court ready to play basketball. As we mentioned, the Warriors are the defending Central Coast Section Division 5 champions.
As we start the second half, it's the Cougars ball.
Ben Willett, top of the circle. Right side to Glenn. Puts up a shot on the run from the right, doesn't go. Looks like it's off Warden. The Warriors will inbound the basketball. Third quarter just underway here at San Jose State. Division Boys Varsity Basketball Championship game. Warriors and the Cougars. Hare with a basket. 24-18. And now the Warriors down by only 6 points, 7:30 and counting down. Willett, hesitation dribble. Underneath to Ackerman. Ackerman dishes off to Putnam. Putnam puts it in for the Cougar basket.
Jonathan Putnam.
Cougars back up by 8. Scott Reeves. Wade swings to the left wing, back out to Hare. Andy, the give to Gerke. Now that's Matt Schmelka. Matt Schmelka makes the basket, 26-20. Warriors down by 6. Ackerman, left corner, guarded by Schmelka. Putnam on the drive, no good. Putnam gets his rebound. Foul is called under the basket.
Warrior fouls on number 22, Forrest Wade, first personal. Warriors first team foul.
Wade picks up his first personal, reserve guard, 6-foot junior. And first team foul on the Warriors here in the second half.
The Warrior fouls on number 15, Matt Schmelka.
Now quickly, Matt Schmelka picks up his second personal and second team foul. It'll put Tony Ackerman on the line for Half Moon Bay.
For the Cougars, number 22, Tony Ackerman is shooting 2.
Ackerman fouled as he tried the shot. First one is no good. Second one is out, in and out. I think we had a lane violation.
That's a lane violation.
So it'll put Ackerman back on the line, and he'll get a bonus. Doesn't convert the bonus, but the tip is made from Strohmeyer. Blocked by the Warriors. Great shot block that time. Looked like that was Matt Schmelka.
The Warrior fouls on number 15, Matt Schmelka. That's his third. Warriors third team foul.
So that's the third on Schmelka. Third team foul. The board still has the second, but we'll have to wait and see. Might be slow putting that second one up. For the third one up, Strohmeyer. A fading three-point attempt by Joshua Glenn, and nobody touched it. Air ball went out of bounds, so it will be the Warriors inbounding. David Meester to Scott Reeves. And the official stopped the action on the court. Looks like it's a Warrior infraction. Pushing foul.
Warrior fouls on number 15, Matt Schmelka. That's his fourth.
Matt Schmelka picks up his fourth personal, fourth team foul. And Schmelka, one of the starting guards for the Warriors. Van Hofwagen returns, replacing Matt Schmelka, who already has his personal foul number 4, fourth team fouls on VC. Cougars inbound the basketball. Glenn bringing it up the court to Warden. Open post Cougars. Ackerman. Tony is a real triple-double threat for Half Moon Bay in scoring, assists, and rebounding. Strohmeyer, the three-point hot shot. Into Putnam, tries a shot in the key. And finally controlled by Valley Christian, Forrest Wade. To Reeves. Reeves takes a jumper three. It's good. Reeves for 3, and now the Cougars up by 3, 26-23. Reeves melts the nets on that last shot for a tray. Strohmeyer out to Warden. Warden looks for Putnam but decides to drive. Foul is called away from the basket.
Warrior fouls on number 22, Forrest Wade.
Actually, the foul is on number 22, Forrest Wade. Wade's second, team foul 5 on Valley Christian. Cougars have committed no fouls thus far with 4:51 to play third quarter. Ackerman with a basketball. Fakes and drives the post, dishes back to Willett. Willett dishes back to Ackerman. Right side, Strohmeyer looking for three, doesn't get it, off the rim. Cougar rebound, Willett all the way out. Half Moon Bay will reset with 4:32 to play third quarter. Cougars up by 3, needed those last 2 rebounds offensively. Willett underhanded in the key, up off the side. Andy Hare with a rebound. Reeves dishes off the last minute. Shots no good by David Meester. Cougar rebound. Glenn, Ackerman all the way. Dishes off to Putnam. Puts it in. Is he fouled? Yes. Count the basket for Jonathan Putnam. He'll have 1 on the line. Forrest Wade quickly picks up his 3rd personal and the 6th team foul on Valley Christian. Jonathan Putnam, a 6'4" junior, puts up the 1. He makes it a 1. Cougars convert on the 3-point play, 29-23. Half Moon Bay by 6. Reeves still with the basketball, picked up by Willett. Across and deep to Meester. Wade with the basketball. Hare in the right corner. Meester. Meester finally tries a shot. In and out. Last touched by the Warriors. Cougars lose the ball. Delkey blocked by Ackerman. That's Meester actually. And Meester comes back to put the basketball in the basket for Valley Christian. Cougars up by 4. Willett drives the slot, rebounded. Meester, Reeves turns, puts up a one-hander, drops in, he drains it. What a comeback here for the Warriors late in the 3rd period. Now the Cougars up by only 2 points, 29-27. 2:49 to play. Glenn, Ackerman in the left wing. Drives to the block, puts up a shot. Fouled. Ackerman will go to the line for the Cougars.
Warrior foul is on number 30, Andy Hare.
Andy Hare, the backup postman for the Warriors, a 6'5" senior, draws his 2nd personal. 7th team puts the Cougars in the bonus on the foul line. However, Ackerman should be on the line for 2 shots. He will get the 2 on the line.
Number 22, Tony Ackerman, is shooting 2.
Tony 2 hands up the first one. That's good. And it gives the Cougars a breathing room of 3-point. Cougars 30-27. And 31 now. 31-27. Half Moon Bay up by 4. Hare has the ball now. Gets it underneath. Right side, putting up the basket. Lauren Ohlenberger, a sophomore, one of 3 sophomores brought up to the Warrior varsity. He's a 6'1" sophomore forward. Made the last basket. What a thrill for him. And a thrill for the Warriors. Down by 2 points. Turnover for Valley Christian. Reeves dishes off the last minute to number 14. And Lauren Ohlenberger. Matt, Lauren Ohlenberger, we're going to get this right. Sophomore comes in, ignites the Warriors. Valley Christian ties the Cougars 31-all. This game is far from over. We've got a timeout. It's taken by Half Moon Bay with 1:55 remaining to play here in the third quarter. What a great drive in the closing minutes of the third quarter by Valley Christian. Again, Valley Christian, the defending Division 5 Central Coast Section Championship team. They moved up to Division 4 by means of an increased enrollment. Valley Christian from San Jose, one of the local teams, so to speak, in this 1994 Central Coast Section varsity competition in the boys Division 4. We've got 1:55. Half Moon Bay took a timeout, as now this game is tied at 31-all. Joshua Glenn will inbound to Ackerman. Foul is called immediately on Lauren Ohlenberger. Well, you can't fault Ohlenberger even for that foul. He's picked up 2 quick baskets for Valley Christian. First personal on Ohlenberger. And the Cougars already in the bonus on the foul line. So it'll be Tony Ackerman on the line for a 1 and a penalty.
Tony Ackerman is shooting 1-1.
Tony puts it up and in. Took a couple of bounces on the rim. 32-31. Cougars break the tie at 31. Ackerman shooting the second half of the bonus. That one is no good. Ackerman rebound, right baseline. Dishes it out to Willett. Left side, it goes to Warden. Warden puts up a shot, knocked out of bounds. Last touched by the Cougars. Half Moon Bay in front, 32-31. And it will be David Meester inbounding. A deep pass down to the 5, the 1-yard line. A long jumper, left corner, 3-point basket for Scott Reeves. 34-32, and now with 1:38 to play and counting down, the Warriors have gone ahead of the Cougars here in the third quarter. Jumper by Glenn, 3 for Joshua Glenn. Or that's Strohmeyer. That's the 3-point specialist for the Cougars. Cougars up by 1, 35-34. Inadvertently called it for Glenn. It was Strohmeyer, number 24. Inside, basket attempt no good by Meester. Rebounded by the Cougars. Strohmeyer, and then it's knocked out of bounds by Half Moon Bay. Cougars in front by 1 with 1:05 to play. Warden comes back. He'll replace Jonathan Putnam.
Replacing Jonathan Putnam.
Reeves inbound. He gets the ball back on the right side. Plays catch with Meester. Reeves jumper 3 off the side. Scramble for the rebound. Foul is called.
In the bonus.
It'll put the Cougars on the foul line, well into the bonus.
Number 22, Forrest Wade.
Wade picks up his 4th personal. And on the line will be number 32, Joshua Glenn. He's a 10 points per game shooter for the Cougars. And now Ryan Fuller is in, replacing Forrest Wade.
And for the Cougars, number 32, Joshua Glenn.
Joshua Glenn is on the foul line. He'll shoot 1 and 1. The first one is bounces on the rim and drops in. 36-34. Cougars up by 2. Glenn will have one more by virtue of making the first. 52 seconds to play third quarter. Second one is also good. Cougars up by 3. Reeves taking it from Andy Hare. Reeves jumper off the mark. Rebound Hare. Hare puts it up. No good. Rebound Warriors. Ohlenberger has it. Out to Meester. On the left to Fuller. Back to Hare. Keep away on the outside. Ohlenberger. Fuller. Now it's Meester and Hare. He tries to get a pass underneath. He was working on the out of the high post position. Turned and tried to get it. Thought that one of his teammates was cutting to the basket, however they weren't. And it's a turnover for the Cougars. Willett, jump shot. Off the front rim. Buzzer sounds. That's the end of 3 quarters here in our boys Division 4 Central Coast Section basketball championship game. After 3 quarters, the Cougars of Half Moon Bay, the home team on the scoreboard, 37, and the visitors from Valley Christian San Jose Warriors, 34.
As the official sports medicine consultant, the CCS, the center provides physicians and certified athletic trainers to many of our section-sponsored playoff contests. The Central Coast section also extends its appreciation to the Wilson Sporting Goods Company. Wilson is the official ball supplier of all CCS championships.
Well, this is it for all the marbles. The Warriors and the Cougars. Cougars lead by 3, 37-34, 8 minutes. And this is the start of the 4th quarter. The Warriors seeded number 3, the Cougars seeded number 1. 1 and 3 playing for the championship Division 4. Turnaround jumper is off its mark by Delkey. Rebound Cougars traveling. Valley Christian basketball. It's very strange that thus far in the second half there have been no team fouls on Half Moon Bay, but more than 7 have been called on Valley Christian. David Meester, league MVP with the basketball, on the left side to Fuller. Gives it to Reeves. Running down on the left side to put up a shot. He's fouled.
Between games will be good. Okay, wait a minute. Stand right here. Turning 11.
Cougar fouls at number 54, Eric Warden. First personal, Cougars.
Eric Warden picks up his second personal, first team foul on Half Moon Bay. Scott Reeves on the line for 2. Made the first to narrow the margin for the Cougars by 2. Second one is also good. Now it's a 1-point lead for Half Moon Bay, 37-36, 7:50 and counting down. Ben Willett will bring it across the timeline. Bounce pass to Ackerman, deep on the left. The left corner, Glenn puts up a runner in the key. It's no good, and we've got a foul.
Warrior fouls on number 11, Ryan Fuller. That's his first personal.
Fuller, a 6'5", 200-pound center, picks up his first personal. Joshua Glenn's on the line for 2. First one is no good. Cougars up by 1 point. This is going to be one fabulous 4th quarter between Half Moon Bay and Valley Christian. Both competing for the championship of Division 4. And the second one takes a roll for the Warriors. Fuller gets it, gives it to Delkey. Delkey to Reeves. Pressure full court by Half Moon Bay. Now it's a double, that's a trap at midcourt. Falls off. Jumper off the front rim by Meester. Meester runs out to get the ball. Stolen by Willett. Willett drives. And Ohlenberger, the sophomore, gets it. Fast break to Reeves. Puts it up, off. Rebound, Delkey. We had a player control foul. We'll have to wait and see who that's going to be on. 37-36. 1 point lead by Half Moon Bay.
Cougar fouls number 54, Eric Warden.
So Eric Warden picks up his third personal and only the second team foul on Half Moon Bay. David Meester inbounding to Delkey. Delkey turnaround in the key, doesn't go. Ackerman can't control the rebound. Fuller puts it up and off. Warden with the rebound. Ackerman. He'll bring it across. Two hands it to Willett. Willett, top of the circle, drives down, gives it back to Warden. Left corner jumper. Going high for the rebound is Meester. Got a foul on the Cougars. And now one of the officials, we're going to have to wait and see. Andrew Strohmeyer, the tray expert, picks up his foul, his third. A shot by Meester finally goes in, but we're going to have a foul call before the basket. Cougars up by one. We've had a lot of fireworks in the last few seconds on the court. Ackerman picks up only his second personal and the fourth team foul now on Half Moon Bay. Warriors more than 7. Cougars have been in the bonus for all of this quarter and for a quarter of the second. They also were in the bonus on the line were the Warriors. And now we've got Jonathan Putnam, 6'4" junior rebounder, replacing the 6'1" Warden. Putnam is the starting center for Half Moon Bay. First one by Delkey, actually by Meester is good. The Blossom Valley Athletic League MVP gets a second chance, and he makes it too. And now the Warriors up by one. They lead the Cougars 38-37. Willett hands it to Ackerman. Tony will set the half-court offense for Half Moon Bay. Willett drives, dishes off to Putnam. Turnaround, can't get a shot off. Tries, but it's picked off by Reeves. Jumper left side off the front rim. Rebound. Putnam hands it to Glenn. 5:59 to play fourth quarter. Warriors up by one. Ackerman will again reset for Half Moon Bay. Right side it goes. Strohmeyer. They should just plant him outside on that three-point line for the shots. Putnam puts it in from the left baseline. And the Cougars 39-38 over the Warriors. Scott Reeves quickly up court. Delkey to Fuller. Right corner to the sophomore Ohlenberger. A shot attempt by John Delkey is no good. We've got a foul in the slot.
In the bonus, the Warriors fouls on number 11, Ryan Fuller.
Fuller picks up his second personal. And it's going to be number 32, Joshua Glenn, on the foul line. He'll shoot
number 30, Andy Hare, returns the Warriors.
One and a penalty. Hare comes back. He'll replace Delkey.
1 and 1.
Glenn's on the line, the 6-foot senior. Will shoot one and a penalty. First one is up and good. Cougars by 2. Bounces it once and puts it up. That's also good, 41-38. Half Moon Bay by 3. Hare inbounds to Reeves. Gets a block from Fuller. helps them get across midcourt. Left wing on top to Meester. Fuller has it. Strohmeyer on the guard. Job. Underneath to the cutting hair, puts it up. 40-41. Warriors 40, the Cougars 41. Half Moon Bay brings it up. Ben Willett. Cougars are hoping to make this a marriage today. They want this championship. First time ever for Half Moon Bay in the championship game. Willett takes it from Strohmeyer, brings it back out to reset. Left side, Glynn. Left corner, Putnam. To the cutting Willett, back to Putnam, drives closer to the basket, puts up a one-hander. It's no good. Ackerman rebound to Willett. Strohmeyer tries it for three, off the side, actually off the front rim, with a rebound by the sophomore Lauren Ohlenberger. Reeves at the line, back out to Fuller. No travel. Left side, Reeves tries to move around Ackerman. We've got a sub for the Warriors. Matt Shemelka comes back in, replacing Fuller. Third personal on Forrest Wade. Still a non-shooting foul for the Warriors. Cougars have only 5 team fouls. Warriors well over 7 team fouls. Reeves into Hare. Meester back to Reeves, tries a three-pointer, doesn't go. 6th team foul now on the Cougars, and the foul is on Tony Ackerman. Actually, Ackerman's going to go to the line.
Warrior foul is on number 24, Scott Reeves.
It was Reed that came behind Ackerman to foul him.
For the Cougars, 22, Tony Ackerman.
Reeves draws only his first personal. And it'll be 1 and a penalty for Ackerman on the line. First one is no good. Meester rebound to Reeves. Right side to Delkey. The give and go doesn't go. Hare gets it underneath to Shemelka, back out. Say three-point basket for David Meester. Warriors 43, Cougars 41. Warriors up by 2 with 3:22 to play. Shemelka can't get his hands on the basketball. Ackerman moves inside to the line, turns around and gives it off to the left. Strohmeyer, three-pointer, he's got it. The three-point expert, Howard Andrew Strohmeyer, gives the Cougars a 1-point lead, 44-43. Reeves at the foul line on the right to Ohlenberger, to Hare, right wing. Pumps it out on top to Meester, right side to Hare. Intercepted by Eric Warden. Willett brings it across. At the line, foul is called. Nope, no foul. We've got a timeout. With 2:38 to play fourth quarter, the Cougars in front by 1, 44-43 over the Warriors.
Ladies and gentlemen, following the conclusion of this game, we remind you to remain in the stands and off the playing floor as there will be a brief award ceremony. Recognize the
We're looking at the Cougar bench. They defeated Cappuccino in the semifinal game 64-46. And in that particular game, the Cougars, Strohmeyer, number 24, had 6 for 7 from the three-point arc for 18 points on threes and ended up with 21 points. As a team, the Cougars 8 for 10 from the three-point area. And overall, 27 for 38, which is over 60%, maybe closer to 67%. And so Half Moon Bay is looking for their first ever Central Coast Section Boys Varsity Basketball Championship. Valley Christian Warriors are the defending Division 5 champions in the Central Coast section. Cougars up by 1 with 2:38 to play fourth quarter. Ben Willett, bouncer to Ackerman, to Warden on top. Willett on the left. Waits for Ackerman on the left wing. The dish to Willett outside. Flips it back to Ackerman. 2:16 to play. Ackerman to Strohmeyer, right wing. Back on top to Warden. To Willett. Drives to the block. Tries to put up a shot, but he took a little extra step. And Willett thought he was hit as he tried to put the shot up, but doesn't matter. He traveled. Warriors inbound. Meester to Reeves. Ackerman guards him loosely as he comes across. Ohlenberger gives it back to Reeves. Left wing to Lauren Ohlenberger. He gives it to the cutting Matt Shemelka. Shemelka guilty of traveling. 1:50 to play now. Cougars up by 1 point. This can go either way. Cougars had it all their way in the first half. And in the second half, Lauren Ohlenberger, a sophomore, number 14, came off the bench to spark the Warriors. They eventually caught up. And it's been a seesaw battle here in the fourth quarter between the Warriors and the Cougars. Strohmeyer to Ackerman on top. They're going to wait for the right shot. Ben Willett has it. Brings it up on top. Warden two-hands it to Strohmeyer. Warden is going to wait as long as he can. Glenn. Ackerman has it now. 1:10 and counting down. Cougars by 1. They're going to try to hold the ball. 1:02 to play. Warriors have to get their hands on the ball. So far they haven't fouled to get the ball, to get the Cougars on the foul line and try to get the ball back. Willett from Strohmeyer. Ackerman has it. Left wing halfway down. It's Glenn with the basketball. Joshua picked up by Meester. We've got a foul. Meester draws the personal.
Warrior fouls on number 32, David Meester.
Meester
That's his first.
picks up only his first personal. All-leaguer, along with Scott Reeves for the Warriors. We've got a big timeout. It's taken by Valley Christian. Just 42 seconds remaining to play fourth period. The Cougars up by 1, 44-43.
Another reminder to please remain off the playing court after this game, as there will be a brief award ceremony recognizing the efforts of both these teams individually and collectively. Thank you.
Taking a little extra time on this timeout, rightfully so. They want to try to work on the Cougars, get the ball and get it down to score. Either tie it or win it. The Warriors have been here before. They've also been in this situation, and they are also the defending Division 5 boys varsity basketball champions in the Central Coast section. Joshua Glenn on the line. He'll shoot 1 and 1. First one is up and good. And that gives the Cougars a 2-point lead. We've got a Warriors substitution. John Delkey, a 6'6" senior, comes in. He'll replace Andy Hare, 6'5" senior. They're going to stay with the big men underneath. Second one by Glenn is in and out. Rebound. Belkey. Cougars up by 2 with 37 seconds to play. On the left side, it goes to Ohlenberger. Waits for the cutting Reeves. Takes a jumper. Left side. It's in and out. Rebound, Cougars. Ackerman with the basketball.
Who the heck?
And the bonus.
We've got a foul. Cougars up by 2, 26 seconds on the clock. It's nail-biting time, everybody.
That's his second. For the Cougars, 22, Tony Ackerman will be shooting 1 and 1.
Ohlenberger picks up his second personal. Ackerman's on the line for Half Moon Bay. He'll shoot 1 and a penalty. 1 and a miss. The Warriors will have to go for 3 to tie. First one is good. 46-43. Half Moon Bay by 3. 26 seconds on the clock. David Nutting comes off the bench. Coach for the Warriors. We've got a timeout. It's taken by Valley Christian. Just 26 seconds remaining to play here in the boys Division 4 Central Coast Section Varsity Basketball Championship game. Cougars by 3. And there's the bench of the Valley Christian Warriors. One of our local teams, you might say, in the Central Coast Section playoffs this year at San Jose State. Valley Christian in the southern area of San Jose. They are the second place finishers in the Blossom Valley Athletic League. There were so many teams, they added another division in the San Jose area, in that area. It's the Blossom Valley Athletic League. They finished second with an 8-4 record. Warriors overall 20-5, going for win number 21. Cougars are going also for win number 21 on the season. Cougars were co-champions of the North Peninsula League with the Jefferson Indians with a league record of 8-2 in the NPL. Ackerman's on the line. He'll have 1 shot remaining. The Cougars up by 3. If he makes it, Warriors need 2 baskets with 26 seconds. Second one is in and out. Rebound by John Delkey. Gives it to Scott Reeves. Brings it across for the Warriors. Gets a block from Meester. Reeves puts up a one-hander too hard off the side rim. Warrior rebound. This time the long shot is no good by Meester. Delkey can't control it. Ohlenberger picks up his 3rd personal for Valley Christian. And this time Ben Willett will go to the line with just 4 seconds remaining. The Cougars up by 3.
For the Cougars, number 25.
Ben Willett is a 10 points per game averager, and he rebounds between 5 and 6 rebounds, 5 and 6 boards a game. It's good. Cougars by 4, 47-43. You can tell the enthusiasm and the energy that the Cougars have right now. Second one is good, 48-43, 5-point lead. Last second shot, short by Reeves at the buzzer. Our final score, the champions of the Central Coast Section Division Boys Varsity Basketball Championship. The winners, the Cougars of Half Moon Bay on the coast, 48. The Valley Christian Warriors from San Jose, 43. So the Cougars win their first ever Central Coast Section Varsity Basketball Championship game. And stay with us as we'll send the microphone down to the public address stand across the way for the awards and medals to be given to both teams. Runner-up and championship trophy will be awarded. Runner-up trophy to the Warriors, championship trophy, the big one, goes to the Cougars of Half Moon Bay. The land of the Pumpkins, the Cougars in the orange, black, and white, champions of the 1994 Division 4 Boys Varsity Basketball Championship. 48-43, the Cougars won it in the last 40 seconds of play. Iced it From 3, they increased the lead to 5.
Ladies and gentlemen.